So, yeah, let's talk about the thing.
The Thing?
Yeah.
Let us talk about
I've
the
never
thing.
heard of The Thing.
Here's the thing.
Hey, what's going on?
I mean, I can't imagine that's true, right? Like, I can't. On the one hand, it's like, because it was TMZ that reported it, and they, as much as they have a bad reputation, they don't typically just make shit up. That's,
Yeah. It's a weird story. I suspect maybe they got it from a source that's trolling them a bit. I don't know. Because TMZ is absolutely salacious, but they're not like you said, they don't just make stuff up. They don't.
like, compared to a lot of the right wing news these days, TMZ
Yeah.
looks like a gold standard of journalism. Like, it's
Then it gets sad when you have to say that. But yes. Compared to
I mean,
someone
like,
who will
really,
cover
that's
later
like
on
the
air.
clip, the pre-stream clip said with what you call it, with Eric Debunks about this story. Just like, until more information comes out, I don't know, but I will say that I won't mind that much if I get to change my "Here's the Thing" clip to like a clip of Mila Kunis saying something,
Yeah.
It's like, here's the thing, and then it's like her being sexy. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the thing. God, we're going to say that a lot without even thinking about it. But anyways, so the whole story about
got an
apparently
update here.
Oh, Mila went on a talk show and said it's false, but she wouldn't say if she was or wasn't cast in the movie. Oh,
interesting. Yeah. I mean, say what you want about TMZ. They did not say that the election was stolen, right? Like,
yeah. That is such a low bar.
they did not get sued for $1 billion and are having to pay nearly $1 billion for those claims.
Mm-hmm. But I will say this: I would actually be shocked if they did any gender swaps with the Fantastic Four. I mean, maybe they'll prove me wrong. I don't think they will. They might do a race swap.
Well, let's talk about that, because I don't believe that gender swap is a valid term, at least in the ways that they use it. Because, and I hate to be technical, but it is. I mean, being technically correct is the best kind of correct. A swap is when you take something away and replace it, right? Mm-hmm. That's a swap. No?
Yeah.
What's being taken away from an adaptation that didn't exist before?
I guess you have a point. Yeah, I mean, it would be a new adaptation, so I mean, we'd have to see what the interpretation is.
And that's the thing. That's what I was going to say, was like, if it did turn out to be Mila Kunis, at least it would be the first actor that's Jewish to actually play Ben Grimm, who is Jewish. So, like, they'd have it more right in one way than they have before.
Hmm. Well, that's the thing. Like,
here's the thing.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm hard as a rock.
I guess I wish there were better terms, because, like, you could say gender and race swap, and lots of times when I use these terms, to me, these are not inherently negative terms. They just are, like, I'm just trying to describe what happens, but they're used as negative terms. That is frustrating. It's just like, when you, like, a lot of times when you do an adaptation, you'll like, you'll be like, oh, there's not enough diversity, so let's add some diversity. And in my opinion, that's fine. As long as you do a good job writing it, I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I get real technical on them because I want them to, because I know they don't think about the things they're saying. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason that, like, I did that video last year where this guy gave me a list of characters that have been race swapped or they've been replaced, is what he said. And I was like, please tell me what characters have been replaced. Please.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And his list was Nick Fury. Basically, it was a range of adaptations as well as legacy characters. And he's just lumping them all into being replaced. And it's like, well, hold on, the original still exists, man. Like, you might have a point if they had taken the original away and then said, here's the new one, and that's deal with it, bitch. But, like, they don't do that. So what is the problem? You
know what I like about our streams is that just the three of us and there's no one else here.
Is what?
No, I like about our streams just the three of us and there's no one else here. Oh God! Oh.
It's too bright. It's too bright. I don't have my windows. My shades are open. I'm not used to all this light coming in here. What is this light? I don't know what this is.
It seems to be out. It's outside, like in the sky. What the fuck is happening out there?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been out there in
skylight
forever.
that just won't dim. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
guess
should have
it'll
closed
dim, but
that.
You just gotta wait it out. It's ridiculous.
My cat likes the window open, so I'm suffering for that reason. So,
They will make a lot of noise if you don't. So
this really does play into like the whole image that we're just like basement dwellers being like, oh, what's that light?
No, it's funny. I came in. I don't know if this is a topic or not, but I've dived into. Last night when I was doing my stream, I was talking to a lot of people about this whole thing situation, and the She Thing is a character from like 1985, 1986, the Ms. Marvel Sharon Ventura version. So it's an existing character. If they decided to use the character, it's from the comics. It's like from 40 years ago. So
I wonder, wouldn't it be crazy if we're doing the multiverse now? Well, if they did a multiverse thing, even in Fantastic Four, we saw a multiversal thing that is Mila Kunis. And
I mean, they could.
Where all this is spawned from.
I would not be surprised if they are going to do like a She Thing story, and maybe Mila Kunis has been cast as the base character for that, which is the Sharon Ventura character, and maybe that's where the confusion came in. Maybe TMZ has the right character but the wrong version.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
because she didn't deny that she was cast in the movie. She did not deny that, but she did say that like I'm not the Thing, which could be damage control as well. But she said that she wasn't. So.
I just real quick, I wanted to address a comment from earlier where somebody said that they are black-facing Cleopatra, and I know that apparently there is some controversy about the race of Cleopatra, the real figure, but even still, that's not blackface. Blackface is a specific thing. Casting a black actor is not blackface. Mm-hmm. Blackface is a white person painting fucking black paint on their face to pretend to be a character of a black person. So, I mean, if you want to criticize, have those conversations, that's fine, but just, don't undermine actual pretty shitty things that from the past and just kind of conflate those things. Like I said, being technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Yeah, no, I guess, do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Here's the thing.
Ring, ring, do your thing.
Oh, fuck yeah, brother. I'm hard as a rock.
I mean, when I first saw it, I thought they were remaking The Thing, the horror movie. And I was like, it's Mila Kunis now.
Mila Kunis in The Thing. You got it. Okay, yeah.
I was like, okay.
Okay,
that would be pretty based, actually. That would be based.
Yeah.
I don't look, I'm not out of all of the maybe I'm wrong here, but for me as someone that's, into all of the Marvel shit, like the Fantastic Four is probably the most out of time group of characters that Marvel has, because there's such a first of all, the team name, the Fantastic Four, it's just, I mean, it works in comics. It sounds a little ridiculous, in application, just like Doctor Doom is a great villain name in the comics, but Victor Von Doom in real life just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like that era of comics for them was very, very comic booky. So if they want to like change it up and make it more like where we live now, that's fine. I mean, I've had a couple of my own theories about what they should probably do with it. I don't know where they're going to go. Like, I thought it would be cool if they came from an Earth where the science and everything was like the 1940s, 1950s type science, and they just kind of got thrust into the MCU as these like out of time characters. I thought that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But if they're going to put them in modern time, like they have to adjust the characters somewhat, because they are sort of outdated in their origins. Now, the modern versions of Fantastic Four are very modern. There's versions of them that are younger that have been introduced, like through the Ultimates and everything like that. And they could definitely go that direction. But I don't think you're going to make everybody happy, because this is really one of those teams where they have been the same for so long. Even with people, Spider-Man was on the Fantastic Four for a period of time,
So was the Hulk. So was Wolverine and Ghost Rider.
So was She-Hulk. So was She-Hulk. She-Hulk was on that. So I mean, like, you could do something like that, but I think people want to see that original like 4 characters introduced in the beginning. And I don't know if Marvel's going to do that. I mean, I think they might, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic because like we're talking about like a team from the 60s that's very much of the time, but they're also like one of Marvel's most popular superhero teams, at least for a period they were. So it's like they have to do them, but there's not a popular, more modernized adaptation.
Right.
So
well, I mean, the Dan Slott run, I mean, the Jonathan Hickman run, the Dan Slott run, both of those are freaking phenomenal, especially the Hickman, which I would be surprised if they didn't pull a substantial amount from that. You know, as far as like the way that he made them all about super science and like just, you know, Hickman, man, goddamn, I could just do, you guys just leave the stream. I'm going to talk about Jonathan Hickman for like 2 hours. Okay. He's amazing. But like the way that he can kind of pull this stuff out of it. Thank you. That he can like take characters like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and then the X-Men especially, and pull out this stuff that's just kind of been there the whole time, but like hasn't been focused on. And he's able to kind of modernize it and take it in new directions. And it's fucking awesome. This has been the Jonathan Hickman Minute. Thank you.
Nice. Cut the segment. We're good. But yeah.
I just hope that they make Iron Man and Captain Marvel a part of Fantastic Four. And Black Widow. And then
I mean, they go on long enough. I'm sure there'll be all types of people in Fantastic Four.
No, it's just...
Not only was it a classic, Secret Wars 2015, it's the best event superhero comic book story ever. Hands down. Boom.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now I need to read Secret Wars 2015.
Well, the thing is, there's like here's the thing. There was like years of Fantastic Four and Avengers comics prior to that lead up to it. You don't have to really read it, but man, does it make it a fucking awesome story. Yeah, that's true. That's going to be an issue with you know, the X-Men. Is there's some stuff that's very you know, rooted in, you know, like Magneto being of Jewish. He was already very old in the Fox version, and it's like, you know, what do you do with that, right? And I've seen people talk about he could actually make him you know, black from some other you know, kind of situation that I'm not smart enough to think of off the top of my head, but apartheid? I don't know.
I actually think they're going to do something with the X-Men that we've never seen before in introducing them, and I think they're going to introduce them on their own Earth to start with, and it's going to be an incursion event, and they're going to get thrust into the primary Earth. That's what I think is going to happen, and I think it's going to happen during the Secret Wars film that we're getting.
It's actually really easy and probably could be done.
Yeah.
But I think because we're getting that the Kang Dynasty movie is the first half of the next Avengers like team up film, and then the second half of that is Secret Wars, and I think Secret Wars is going to introduce mutants into the MCU.
So probably Kang Dynasty will end on like a cliffhanger, probably that's kind of sets up the mutants showing up in the I bet that's what
like Infinity War and Endgame did. That's what I think is going to happen, and I think the reason why is because the Kang Dynasty is going to be them actually. Because if you read Marvel Comics, I mean, I'm pretty sure at least Dane is familiar with incursions and how they work and stuff like that. It's basically when things get smashed together and it's not good. But I think what's going to happen is there will be incursion level events happening, and that'll be the easiest way for them to just bring mutants into the main universe without having to explain how they've been there all along. So they could absolutely make Magneto a Holocaust survivor because maybe their timeline runs different from ours, and they were existing in the 50s and 60s, 70s instead of in, you know, the 2000s. So, which I think might be quite interesting. Michael Fassbender was great as Magneto, by the way. I loved him. He was probably the best part of those newer films, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, with very little exception, I actually thought the cast of those movies were actually really solid.
Yeah, I agree. I think they did a great job.
It's the only thing is that I really they cast, and not to say anything bad about her as an actress, but Jennifer Lawrence was not famous when she was cast. No. Then she got really famous really fast, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's make all the movies about her now."
Yes.
Yeah. So that was one of my biggest complaints. I don't have an issue with Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's fine. I think the fact they tried to make the franchise around Mystique was a little fucking strange.
Yeah, no, Mystique is she's an X-Men villain that pops.
Well, not only that, but Mystique in the comics, you very rarely see her as herself. She's almost always disguised as someone else. So the fact that Jennifer Lawrence never really wanted to look like anybody else was kind of against Mystique in a way.
And you could also tell as the contract got older and she kept on renewing, her time to makeup got less and less, and it's like, okay.
Sorry, you guys know I have a real problem with seeing comments that hold me up, and this is so they're changing history. Wow, man, they fucking cracked time travel,
Holy
huh?
crap.
That's
I didn't know
crazy.
they did that.
I thought that would have been on the news or something that they got, figured out how to do that. Wow.
You know
No, man,
what?
they're not.
Every time they do a remake and they recreate something, I can guarantee that chair wasn't there and that painting was not on the wall there and that certain things in that building were not there. Maybe the weather wasn't rainy that day. Like nothing that does history in terms of like recreations of it is accurate. It can be close, but it's not accurate. You're never getting a 100% accurate representation.
I do think it's interesting. Like, do they think every single historical movie has been 100% historically accurate? Like every single one in every single detail?
Yeah, none of them can be. That's my thought on it. Is that like you're watching something? If they're going into it as a documentary, I want them to attempt to be as historically accurate as possible. But if it's not listed as a documentary and it is just a piece of art, then I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And as Whitney points out, Elizabeth Taylor is just, I'm pretty sure she's just white as white can be. Was she dead? I think she's did she die? Sorry.
Yeah, she died a few years ago.
Okay. And RIP. Anyway, yeah, it's already been done. So did you get upset about that when you watched it? Were you like, oh, they made her white? Oh my God.
Oh, you're asking for consistency. You know that's not what they do. They're not the only thing they're consistent on is being inconsistent. That's really it. I mean,
thank you, Archmage. Look, we're gonna set aside a stream to do ancient Egyptian, and you're gonna be the guest of honor, Archmage. Thank you.
God, I love Stargate, but I love all the Stargate stuff, but that was funny to me because that's just hilarious.
Well, I mean, eventually, doesn't that make you like kind of an expert on like on Norse mythology and stuff too? Because like the aliens
and aliens,
yeah,
you're an alien expert, you're an Egyptian expert, and you're a Norse mythology expert. All of it.
Listen, I know so much about Ra. And about how he was this alien slug that like went into people and became God through his advanced technology. That's the basis of all religions, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. By the way, that particular, like, I'm not like waiting to watch that or anything like that. It's not really my type of film, but I will say, like, I don't think they've listed it as a historical documentary on Cleopatra, as far as I know. I think it's just a modern retelling of the story, which is usually just an adaptation of a story.
Well, let's be real. If people are going to get upset about a mermaid,
that's historically inaccurate.